It's snowing. It's snowing. Welcome back to another video, guys, and as always, thank you for tuning in. It's been quite some time since we've done one of these sit-down videos. We've been out on the road a lot, but I'm happy to be back. So in today's video, the haunt season is not quite over just yet. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves too much, but the holiday season and Christmas is right around the corner and announcements are already out. So today we're going to dive into King's Dominion's WinterFest. But before we get into that, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Eddie, and this is Eddytainment, your one-stop shop for all things theme park, travel, holiday related, and much more. So if that's your thing, consider browsing the channel, checking out some of the content, like, comment, and subscribe for much more. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So in today's video, we're gonna give you a brief overview of WinterFest at King's Dominion. Now I do have to admit, I've actually never been to the event, so I'm super excited from what I've seen online in some vlogs, as well as the pictures that they have on the website. This place looks incredible. They also do promise to have a whole new extravaganza of lights with this whole new parade that they're gonna be having at the event, so I can't wait to check that out. But before we go further into the video, let's go ahead and read the description. Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at King's Dominion's ultimate holiday event, WinterFest. The park will transform into a winter wonderland, millions of chiming lights, breathtaking decor, and lavish displays. The Eiffel Tower will become a 300-foot tall Christmas tree, and the iconic fountain on International Street will transform into the most beautiful and largest ice skating rink around. WinterFest will be the perfect place to create lasting memories with your family with so many exclusive holiday attractions. Sit back and enjoy one of our live shows while indulging in delicious holiday treats and drinks. Take part in the selection of fun Christmas activities to get you in the holiday spirit, and be sure to check out our selection of festive shops and artisan locations to find the perfect holiday gift. All new in 2021, guests will be treated to a grandiose showcase of dazzling displays and extravagantly decorated floats with the WinterFest Wonderland Parade, filled with classic holiday themes such as toy boxes, gingerbread houses, choo-choo trains, and more. Your favorite WinterFest merriment characters, singers, and dancers will take part in the magical parade, and maybe, just maybe, Santa Claus will join too. Create the most wonderful holiday memories at WinterFest, the best thing to do for Christmas in Richmond on select dates starting November 20th through January 2nd. Now that description tells us a lot and gets me much more excited for the event. And it tells us a little bit about the activities that you'll be able to do. I want to go over the long list of activities as I'm reading them here on the website, and then we'll jump into a few of them that I want to overview a little bit deeper. So as far as the events go or activities, it looks like there's 12 different ones. So it goes the Artisan Alley, which is where you could go and there's a bunch of artist shops and you could purchase some different gifts for friends or just decorations for your home. You have carriage rides. That's one that we'll come back to. Carriage rides through the park. Very romantic. You have Charlie Brown's Christmas Tree Lot, which is another cool one. You got Jack Frost's Igloo Village, which from my understanding is kind of like a VIP experience where you could rent out these igloos and then you can take a quick like chill pill and relax, take some hot chocolate in and all those fun stuff. Then we got Let It Snow, which is another interesting one that we'll revisit in just a moment. Midway Merriment, which is the characters throughout the park. Mrs. Claus Kitchen Cookie Decorations, which is, I believe, for the kids. A little class where they could go and decorate cookies, which is awesome. North Pole Post Office. You already know what that is. You could write letters to Santa and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Sally's Christmas Crafts. Another very interactive thing for the kids. If you're going with a family, there's a lot to be offered for people of all ages in the family. And of course, a lot of stuff for the kids. Then we got Snowflake Lake Ice Skating, which is the transformation of the large fountain into a skating rink. And some of these things do come at an additional cost. Take that in mind. You have St. Nick's Picks, which, by the way, the names that they have for some of these, extra experiences is pretty cool. And then you have WinterFest Snow Globe, which I think is a photo op with the snow globe that says WinterFest in the background. Now, one of the ones that I wanted to dive in to start off with is the carriage rides. So let's get into that. Now, I haven't told Monique just yet, and it's gonna be really hard to keep it a secret because she actually watches these videos, but the carriage ride is something that I look forward to doing with her because it sounds very romantic. Now, it's something that you could do romantic with your loved one or your loved ones as a family. It'll be like a cool joyride throughout the park. It goes through WinterFest Way, and you see all the decorations and everything. I've never heard of anything of this sort at a theme park or an amusement park, and this sounds super unique. Romantic in its ways, also just a cool, unique way to experience some of the lights. This is one of the things that I look forward to greatly. I don't know what the price is just yet. I believe the ice skating is gonna be somewhere around like $10 or $15. I can only assume that this is probably gonna be a little bit more expensive. It does say that it has an additional fee required, but it doesn't state what that fee is just yet. I'm sure if I do a little bit more digging, I can find out if this has been something in the past, what that price has been. But at the moment, I'm just excited to check out all the details of this and other things. So we'll get back to what the price is. If you follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, I will be sure to post any additional information that I find out after this video on there for you guys. Now, another thing that I want to talk about next is Let It Snow. This seems like an extremely unique experience at Kings Dominion. I don't know of many other parks that do this. I know that over in Florida, they do have what's called Snope, but I believe Let It Snow is actual snow that occurs every 15 minutes at Jack Frost's zone. I don't know where Jack Frost's zone is gonna be. I haven't taken a look at what the map looked like in the past. I'm going into this a little bit blindly and reviewing it with you guys, so come along for the fun. So this looks like it's gonna be an every 15-minute thing with also a light show. So I can only imagine that's gonna look spectacular. Right by, it looks like the Eiffel Tower, so you're gonna have a 300-foot tree of lights that you can't miss. This is extremely cool, and I can only assume that it actually is snow. It could be that it's Snope, which is that soapy mixture that they do in Florida, but in Virginia it actually gets cold enough that if they had snow, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It would stay cold. But every 15 minutes, that's super cool. I wonder if it accumulates and builds up on the ground if it is actual snow. If it's Snope, then it doesn't melt away. It just turns into like a pool of water on the ground. But still, every 15 minutes. And I believe this area where this is going to be also has some of the performers and the Yuletide show. So it's not the only thing that you'll be able to see there. There'll be lights, there'll be snow, and there'll be also performers going around. Super cool. I can't wait to see this at night. I have a feeling that WinterFest is going to be nothing short of a spectacle. Next thing we're getting into is Charlie Brown's Christmas Tree Lot. Now, from the name, it does sound like it would be like the sale of Christmas trees, but nowhere in the description does it say anything about the sale of Christmas trees. Location-wise, it does say it's in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town. Not sure where that is, but I know that there's a Charlie Brown area in the park, so I'm going to assume that that becomes Charlie Brown's Christmas Town throughout this time of the year. Now, what it seems like this is going to be is a Christmas tree maze that you're walking through with Charlie Brown and helping him select his Christmas tree. And if you know anything about Christmas with Charlie Brown, you know that his selection of Christmas tree was the least wanted Christmas tree, but at the end of the day, you're helping him make a choice in a tree that he loves. So, sounds pretty cool. A nice little maze that you could walk through, check out the Christmas trees. For me, as a kid, one of the best aromas during that time of the year is the pine scent of a Christmas tree. So, walking through this maze, I'm sure it's going to be aromatic and extremely pleasing for myself. Nostalgic at the same time, but another cool experience that you could do, and I'm sure this could be fairly romantic as well, since I'm just going to be going with Monique. Maybe I'll take some other friends, but Monique will definitely be the first one that comes with me on this little trip. Now, the next activity that we're going to talk about is one that we always pay respect to when we enter the park. It's become now like a common thing whenever I enter the park. I always pay respect to the fountains, and in the wintertime, it seems like the fountains are transformed into something much, much more beautiful. No disrespect to the summertime and rest of the year fountains. I do love those as well. Very beautiful. But it is Snowflake Lake Ice Skating Rink. So I think this one deserves a reading of the description. Glide down the ice on the shimmering, magical International Street Fountain, transformed for the holiday season into one of the most charming and largest ice skating venues around. In front of the ice rink, picturesque polar bears welcome guests as they enter the park. Non-skating guests can take an enchanting view of Snowflake Lake while taking in the sights and sounds that capture the spirits of the season. As I mentioned earlier, this one does come at an additional expense, but one that I think you would find at any ice skating rink. So the fact that you're able to ice skate inside of the park, I think makes it all the much more worthy of the price. It is $15, and I think for the most part, anywhere that I've been for ice skating is roughly around the same. So you're able to ice skate in King's Dominion on this very large lake that they have, so Snowflake Lake. It is a huge area, so I look forward to seeing it transformed completely. That's going to be a really long stretch of ice. And being surrounded by all the lights, the Eiffel Tower turned into a Christmas tree, I'm sure this is going to be extremely picturesque aside from those polar bears. And we'll round this out with St. Nick's Picks. What type of Christmas event would it be if you didn't have an opportunity to have a picture with the big guy himself, the white beard man, Santa? Your family could go inside of Santa's workshop as well as see the large candies and toys, oversized toys, and also experience some of the reindeer before you get to the final room where you can take a photo with St. Nick himself. And that wraps it up as far as for this video, what we're going to be talking about as far as attractions and activities. There, we're going to transition into the food. With the attractions and activities, there are many more, but so much that if we talked about them all and talked about all the food, this video would last for way too long. So we're just kind of glancing over everything. We'll go over all the food as well. Well, not all the food. We're just going to touch base on a couple of them. So when it comes to the food, there's 22 results as far as dining locations and food spots. So I'm just going to go over some of the names and you'll get it as far as what they're offering. You have 11 Pipers Piping Pizza. You have Belsnickel's Beer and Wine. You have Blitzen's Burgers, which is where you could actually get the glazed donut burger, which I may have to try. You got Blitzen's Burritos, Blitzen's Snack Nook, and then Comet's Cones and Cream, just to name a few. But like I said, 22 different locations with all really cool holiday themed and holiday named restaurants. You have Santa's Holiday Treats where you could get churros. So a lot of food and a lot of places named after either reindeer or something Christmas related. I look forward to trying out some of this food and giving you guys some feedback. But yeah, a lot. I'm gonna also link the link to the website so you can check this out yourself if you haven't been to the event and you want to do some pre-work before going. But last but not least, we're gonna transition and look over the rides at the event. Now, rounding out this video, we're looking over on the website and we're going to the rides. It looks like there's gonna be 21 rides that are gonna be open, but not many of the thrill rides. There are a few, but very few. It looks like the majority of the rides that are going to be open are going to be a lot of the Kids Zone area rides, so like the Charlie Brown area and whatnot. But Americana is going to be open, which is the Ferris wheel, Bad Apples, Blue Ridge Tollway, which is the little cart. And I believe when you go through Blue Ridge Tollway, it has like the on the first day of Christmas, it has like that all set up, so you'll see like a lighting display of the song as it goes along. And excuse me for not knowing the lyrics. The Carousel is going to be open. Charlie Brown's Wind Up is going to be open. Delirium is going to be open. Dodge 'em, which is the bumper cars, is going to be open. Dominator, that's one of the thrill rides, will be open. And I think there's only 2 thrill rides that are actually open. So Dominator is one of them. Flying Ace Balloon Race is going to be open. Flying Eagles, again, more of the kids rides. Great Pumpkin Coaster, kids rides. Kite Eating Tree, I don't think I've ever even seen that one. You got a bunch of other kids rides. The Snoopy Junction Train, Snoopy Coaster, and Twisted Timber. So Twisted Timber is the next thrill ride that's actually going to be open. So only really 2 thrill rides going to be open, unfortunately. And very notably not spoken about on this list is I-305. I-305 will not be open, but that makes a lot of sense. That's a really high ride, and during that time of the year, it does get pretty cold. So coming down from 305 feet in the cold is probably not something you want to do. Probably makes your face all sting and whatnot. But yeah, 21 rides. Majority of them are kids rides, but you do have 2 thrill rides that will be open at the event. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it from today's video talking about Kings Dominion's WinterFest coming November 20th. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. Give it a thumbs up, comment, let me know. I did it a little bit different, tried to do it as unscripted as possible, kind of live with you on the laptop right here in front of me, because I've never been to this event before, so I didn't want to act like I actually had been. I kind of wanted to experience it with you guys firsthand, and I'm super excited for what's to come. I think that this event is probably going to end up being one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It kind of is like Halloween Haunt at Kings Dominion that's currently going on. I've had a blast there. Alrighty guys, thank you again for jumping on and watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me on this little overview of what's to come at WinterFest at Kings Dominion. I'll see you guys on the next video, but don't forget to ask yourself, have you been edutained?